Imagine walking into a room full of people. Conversations are buzzing, laughter echoes from one corner, and a few loud personalities are clearly dominating the space. You don't raise your voice. You don't interrupt. You simply take a seat, quiet and calm. And yet, all eyes subtly shift toward you. People notice you. They respect you. Now, here's the twist. Most people believe respect comes from being the loudest, the funniest, or the one with the biggest presence in the room. But what if I told you that being quiet, when done right, can actually make you magnetic? Not invisible, not forgettable, magnetic. In this video, we're breaking down how to make people respect you even if you're naturally quiet. And to make it stick, I'll weave in stories, psychology, and practical steps you can actually use the next time you're surrounded by people. The myth of loudness. Let's start with a story. Back in college, there was this guy in my class named Jason. Jason was the loud type. He always had a joke, always had a story, and he made sure the entire room heard it. For a while, people laughed. They gave him attention. But slowly, I noticed something. People stopped taking him seriously. His voice was always there, so it lost its weight. Then there was Mia. She barely spoke in class, but whenever she did, everyone leaned in. Her words carried weight, not because she was loud, but because she didn't waste them. That's the first secret of respect when you're quiet. You don't need to fight for attention. When you finally choose to speak, it feels like it matters more. Step 1. Master your presence without words. People respect what they can feel before they even hear you. This comes down to presence. Think of your body language as your first introduction. If you're quiet, but slouched, fidgeting, or hiding behind your phone, people read it as insecurity. But if you stand tall, shoulders relaxed, with a calm face, suddenly your silence feels powerful. Psychologists call this nonverbal dominance. It's when your body communicates confidence without you having to open your mouth. Quiet people who master this earn instant respect because their silence feels intentional, not accidental. So the next time you enter a room, don't rush to talk. Walk slowly. Make eye contact. Take up space without exaggeration. Silence plus presence is a combination people can't ignore. Step 2. The power of listening like nobody else. Here's another story. A friend of mine once told me about a guy he worked with. Let's call him Daniel. Daniel barely talked during meetings. But every time someone finished speaking, he would tilt his head slightly, nod, and let them know he was listening. When he finally contributed, it was usually a short sentence that cut straight to the point. People in the office loved him. Why? Because he made them feel heard. Most people are desperate to talk, but very few are desperate to listen. If you're naturally quiet, this is your superpower. People respect those who pay attention, who don't just wait for their turn to speak, but actually absorb what's being said. If you're quiet, lean into this strength. Let people feel that when they talk to you, you're not competing with noise. You're giving them something rare, your full attention. Step 3. Speak less, but better. Here's a psychological trick. Scarcity increases value. Think about diamonds. They're rare, so people value them more than ordinary rocks. The same applies to your words. If you're quiet, your voice already has a sense of scarcity. Use it wisely. Don't waste your rare words on gossip, complaining, or meaningless chatter. Instead, focus on clarity. Say fewer things, but say them in a way that people can't forget. This might mean you pause before you speak. It might mean you choose stories or insights instead of empty fillers. When people realize that you don't talk much, but when you do, it actually shifts the conversation, they start respecting you. They lean in, just like they leaned in for Mia back in class. Step 4. Use silence as a weapon. This is a tactic most people never think about. Silence, when used intentionally, creates tension. Imagine someone asks you a question in a group. Instead of answering immediately, you take 2 or 3 seconds before speaking. What happens?
Everyone waits. Everyone wonders what's on your mind. That pause makes your words land harder. It creates presence. Quiet people can use silence to command respect. You don't have to rush. You don't have to compete with the noise. In fact, your silence makes other people nervous, in a good way. It makes them aware of you. Step 5. Develop skills that speak for you. Here's something powerful. Respect doesn't always come from words. It comes from competence. Think about the quiet kid in school who was amazing at basketball. He didn't have to brag. The second he stepped on the court, everyone respected him. Or the quiet person at work who consistently delivers results. They don't need to announce their worth, their skills do the talking. If you're quiet, double down on building abilities that make people notice you. Maybe it's your creativity, your problem solving, your work ethic, or even your style. People respect those who bring value, and if you're not loud, your results become your voice. Step 6. Boundaries without words. Respect also comes from boundaries. You don't have to be aggressive. You don't even have to raise your voice, but if someone disrespects you, how you respond silently can set the tone. For example, someone makes a rude joke at your expense. Instead of nervously laughing, you hold eye contact, maybe raise an eyebrow, and stay calm. That silence communicates more than snapping back ever could. It says, I'm not here to entertain disrespect. Boundaries don't always need long explanations. Sometimes your stillness speaks louder. Step 7. The aura of mystery. Here's the fun part. Being quiet makes you mysterious. And mystery, when combined with confidence, creates respect. When people don't know everything about you, they start to wonder. They fill in the gaps themselves. Some will assume you're smarter, more interesting, or more powerful than you actually are. That's the halo effect of mystery. It works in your favor. The trick is balance. Don't overshare. Don't reveal everything at once. Let people learn about you slowly. The slower they discover, the deeper their respect becomes. A story to tie it all together. I once knew a guy named Sam. Sam was the quiet type, the kind of person who didn't insert himself into every conversation, but he had this calm energy that drew people in. At work, he listened more than he spoke. When he finally gave his opinion, it wasn't just another comment, it was often the comment that solved the problem. People started coming to him for advice, not because he demanded attention, but because his attention had value. His quietness didn't make him invisible. It made him essential. That's what making people respect you as a quiet person looks like. It's not about trying to be louder. It's about using your quietness as a strength. Picture this. You're sitting in a group. The room is noisy, filled with chatter. You don't have to fight to be heard. You sit calmly, you listen, you observe. And when the moment comes, you speak with clarity. Suddenly, the room quiets. People pay attention. Respect doesn't come from being the loudest. It comes from being the one people know they should listen to. And if you're quiet, you already have the advantage. You just need to use it. So the next time you feel like your silence makes you invisible, remember this: quiet is not weakness. Quiet is a different kind of power. And when you learn to use it right, people won't just notice you, they'll respect you. If this video gave you something to think about, hit the like button, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs this reminder. Because trust me, the quiet ones have more power than the world gives them credit for.